Om Sai Ram, Shady Diary, penned by the Honorable Mr. G.S. Kapadi, dated 11/12/1910. In the morning, after I finished my prayer and had a wash, Mr. Haribau Dikshit of Bombay, with a few companions, Mr. Tarkad, son of the late Dr. Atmaram Pandurang, and Mr. Mahajani, who is a cousin of Anna Sahib Mahajani of Akola, we went to Sain Sahib as usual, and today's conversation was both important and marked by two incidents. Sain Maharaj said that he used to sit in a corner and desired to exchange the lower part of his body for that of a parrot. The exchange came and he did not realize for a year and lost 1 lakh of rupees. Then he began to sit near a post, and then a great serpent woke up and was very angry. It used to jump up and also fall from above. Then he changed the subject apparently and said that he visited a place and the patil there would not let him go unless he made a plantation and hard footpath through it. He said he completed both. Some people came in at this time. To the man he said, "You have nobody but me to look after you." Looking round, he added that she was a relation of his and had married the Rohillas who looted the man. Then he said, "The world is bad. People were not as they were before. Formerly, they used to be pious and trustful. Now they were unbelieving and disposed to contemplate the evil side." And then he added something which I could not catch. It was something about his father, grandfather, and his becoming the one and the other alternatively. Now, as to the incidents, Mr. Dikshit brought fruits. Sain Sahib ate some and was distributing the others. Bala Sahib, Mamildar of this taluka, was there and said that Sain Maharaj was giving away only fruits of one kind. My son told his friend Mr. Patwardhan that Sahin Maharaj accepted or refused fruits in proportion to the devotion with which they were offered. My son Baba tried to tell this to me and wished to do the same to Patwardhan. This made a little noise, and Sain Maharaj looked at me with an eye that blazed wonderfully and sparkled with anger. He demanded what I said. I replied that I was saying nothing and that children were talking with each other. He looked at my son and Patwardhan and changed the mood immediately. Towards the close, Bala Sahib Mirikar remarked that Sahin Maharaj was talking all through to Haribabu Dikshit. In the afternoon, while we were at meals, Mr. Mirikar's father, who is an Inamdar and special magistrate at Ahmednagar, came. He is a very respectable gentleman of the old stamp. I liked this conversation very much. In the evening, we saw Sahin Sahib as usual. At night, we sat talking, and Mr. Nulkar's son Vishwanath did bhajan as he does every day. Let us see what all happened on day 8, dated 12/12/1910. In the morning after prayer, we saw Sahin Maharaj passing out as usual and sat talking among ourselves as usual. Mr. Dikshit appears to have turned a new leaf altogether and spends a good deal of his time in prayer. And his temper, which was always mild, appears to have acquired the peculiar sweetness which is entirely due to internal calm. Rahu Bahadur Raja Rampant Dikshit came soon after from Pulgaon. He said he had no intention of visiting Shiri when he left Nagpur, but somehow at Pulgaon he made up his mind to visit very suddenly and made the journey practically on the spur of the moment. I was very glad to see him. We all went to see Sain Sahib later on. I was a bit late and missed a very interesting story told by him. He teaches in parables. It was about a man having a very beautiful horse which do what he could. Would go in a pair. It was taken all round and given all the usual training. To no purpose. At last a Vidwan suggested its being taken to the place from which it was originally brought. This was done, and then the horse went all right in harness and became very useful. I heard fragment of the parable. Then he inquired when I was going. I replied that I would go when he gave me permission of his own accord to go. He replied, "You go today after taking your meals," and later on sent curds by the hand of Madhavrao Deshpande as prasad to me. I had it at meal. As soon after it went through Sain Sahib, he confirmed his permission to go as soon as I went. My son did not feel sure of the permission and so asked expressly, and the permission was given in clear words. The Sain Maharaj today asked dakshina of others, but nothing of me or my son. I was very low in funds and he appeared to know it. After saying goodbye to Mr. Nulkar, Mr. Dikshit, Mr. Babu Sahib Jog, Baba Sahib Sahasrabute, Madhavrao Deshpande, Bala Sahib Bate, Vasudev Rao, and others, we left with Patwardhan, Radhan, Kaka Mahajani, Mr. Tarkad, and Mr. Bide, who came today. We caught the train about 6:30 p.m. at Kopagaon and travelled to Manmad. Mr. Bide getting down at Yeola. I and my son will soon leave Manmad by Punjab Mail. Let us wind up for today, and tomorrow we'll see second and long stay at Shady, which was penned by Honorable Mr. G.S. Kapadi. Om Shri Sainathaya Namaha.